Hello and welcome to Week 2 Rocket League in Sandhills. My name is Eli, better known as Eli the Ninja. Joined alongside me is Chris, a.k.a. Party Foul. We got some awesome Rocket League action for you guys this week. Looks like a couple of fun matchups. How are you feeling today, Chris?
I'm feeling really good. I am really excited for some car soccer today. Rocket League has always been a lot of fun. We had some great matches last week, and I'm super excited for the matches this week.
Yeah, this week we've got Onslow versus Havelock, two teams that lost in their Week 1 matchup, so this is a bit of a redemption match for both of them, which team can kind of right the ship. And after that, we got Hope County versus New Bern, other side of the coin. Both those teams won their Week 1 matchup, so one of those teams not going to have an undefeated record any longer. It's pretty hard to hold on to it in just 2 weeks anyways. But before we jump into the Rocket League action, we want to talk a little bit about our coaches. We got some phenomenal individuals that will be teaching you guys how to play your best game. Let's go ahead and jump into the video.
Pro esports coaches to train you in 4 different game titles for free. We're bringing you exclusive world-class advice from the best players in the world. Learn from pro Overwatch player Jake, known for his versatility across multiple heroes and consistent top-tier performance. Or refine your Smash Bros. Knowledge with DeBuzz, renowned for his consistent tournament success and high-profile victories. Cover strategy with 11-time Madden champion Dreeny, one of the youngest and most dominant competitors in the Madden esports scene. Need help locking down your aerials? Try Rising Star Chief Beef's course on competitive Rocket League. Whether you're a filthy casual or a seasoned tryhard, get 8 straight weeks of exclusive expert game knowledge crafted for you every Friday, with the first videos dropping October 11th. That's 32 total videos covering everything you need to know about your favorite games, from fundamentals to high-level strategy. You'll learn positioning and teamwork, defensive and offensive strategy, practice routines, game sense, communication, mental and emotional resilience, all the way down to analyzing meta and adapting to change. Everyone has something to learn and enjoy, and these courses are completely free. So what are you waiting for? Go to thenotwork.org/register to sign up and get access to these courses.
Did I hear that right? It's absolutely free for anyone signed up on the Not Work to get coaching from some of the best players in the world in these games. That's incredible. Rocket League, the game today. So Chief Beef is going to be the guy doing those videos. He's already made a couple of videos that are active right now on the Not Work. Go ahead and check those out. And what's been your experience like watching the Chief Beef videos?
They've been great. I've learned a lot, especially in this first one. He teaches you, some of the fundamental, which may be very basic with dribbling, but it can do a lot. And, especially with these teams that may be starting 0-1, you may want to take a look at those, maybe see how you can tighten up your game a little bit so it can lead you to better success throughout the season.
Absolutely. Also can help you just work better as a team. We know teamwork is the name of the game in Rocket League. And on that note, let's go ahead and jump into our match with our first 2 teams. We've got Onslow versus Havelock. Both teams kind of back against the wall a little bit, having lost their first match. They don't want to lose this one, so this is going to be intense. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, off the rip. Looks like ball goes wide. Neither team really getting some control early. And I think we got a chance to watch Onslow last week. They were the team that lost to Pine Forest. And honestly, Onslow didn't look bad. It was just that Pine Forest was a phenomenal roster. So let's see if they can have more success against Havelock.
But there it goes, Havelock picking up the first goal of the game. A little bit of a caster curse there. As we saw a really good position here from the side of Havelock. The ball goes up in the air, good positioning to get that first goal, and they're going to go ahead and start 1-0 in game number 1.
Always feels good to get that first strike in Rocket League, as it's only 5 minutes to get scores, and sometimes we see a round end 2-1. If both teams are quite good at defense, it can be sometimes a while before a goal happens, but if one team's super good on offense, they might just score 5 in a row, so be on the lookout. Havelock looking to maybe try to shut the door early, but if you're on the side of Onslow, you got to start playing stronger defense. You've seen how effective they are already, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Solar Flare with a nice defensive stop.
It is a best of 5, so we kind of see a little more defensive play coming out of these teams here. Maybe not wanting to go on to the offense too quickly, as they do have games that they can come back in if they do fall one down early or not. We did see some great games last week, though, where they were able to score off of just, 5 seconds or so off the kickoff. So both teams here kind of looks like they're filling each other out a lot. We have a lot of players on defense, no one really coming up on offense. We see the ball going back and forth a little bit. Ooh, it's just going to hit the crossbar there, but unfortunately, it didn't look like a team member was able to get the finish. So right now it is going to go right back into the side of Onslow. We'll see if Havelock are able to pick up the second goal of the game.
We saw BDM with a very nice attempt on goal there, but an even better defensive play on the side of Onslow. So let's see, on the side of Havelock. And right now, Lunar Moon seemingly getting a lot of ball touches, but none that lead to a goal. This is a potential scoring opportunity, but another clean save on the side of BDM.
Great dribbling there by the Havelock player, getting it over. Just unfortunately didn't have a teammate really able to finish off the goal there, but we're going to see a counter attack here. Actually, it is going to be Havelock. They're going to go backwards and go forwards to try to get the ball back on the Onslow side with numbers, but they are going to get some good defense out of Onslow to stop that attack there. But will they be able to get it back? It looks like another here. It is kind of just going into the air in no man's land. The rest of Havelock decided that they wouldn't be able to get an effective attack off, so it looks like they got back on defense. Solar Flare getting the ball here, getting some good dribbling now. Unfortunately, a little bit of a mistouch there to get it across to the center.
I like the decision, though, from Solar Flare to disengage, at least momentarily, recognize that he was going to lose control of that ball, wanted to reposition to potentially stop the offensive play. And both teams really electing to take the ball high into the sky. It's a little bit easier to get past defenders if you have a lot of skill when it comes to dribbling in the air. But right now, it's just been such good defense on both sides. Anytime one team gets the ball close to the goal, it's typically a defensive play sending the ball to the other side.
We see both teams are able to get some of these crosses, but unfortunately just their teammates unable to really finish off the ball, getting it into the back of the net. So we'll have to see a little play cleaned up from both teams on that aspect, though. But right now, still we are sitting 1-0 in the favor of Havelock. Ooh, great job by the player there, using the goal to get momentum and get themselves turned around so they can get the ball out of their side. It looks like they're trying to get it onto the side of Onslow, but BDM is going to be there to stop it. But as you see there, both of his teammates are in the back, really unable to follow up on his touch. So right now we see Havelock on the offense. He's going to hit off the great hitting right off of the crossbar and into the goal. Havelock is going to get their second of the game.
Wow, another great score from Havelock. And honestly, that really started with Chilotas, and the other side was playing defense, but in a very offensive manner, like you said, using the goal to add that momentum, push the ball to the other side of the map. And throughout that entire sequence, Chilotas was making sure the ball went back to the side of Onslow, just giving his teammates more and more opportunity to score. Eventually, one of his teammates will put it in. That's exactly what we saw there.
All right, they did have 3 shots and 2 goals, so that might be their goal scorer there. Getting a lot of use out of that player, but we do see Onslow trying to get some pressure onto the ball so they can get their goal, because they do need to try and at least get one here quickly, as there is only 1 minute remaining in the half. We'll most likely see them try to clear the ball out here and get it onto the side of Havelock. Great aerial dribbling here, but great defensive work coming out of Havelock to get it back on to Onslow's side.
A 1 minute warning. Essentially a flag to tell Onslow it's time to play aggressive. You got to start taking some risks. Need to score 2 to just force the overtime, so we might see a bit more aggressive gameplay out of Onslow, which could end up biting them. If Havelock score 1 more, this game is over. It's already close to being over. 30 seconds to go. Not impossible, but looking unlikely for Onslow to win game 1.
They need to get people forward, and you know, as much as I know you want to be on defense, you have to remember you do need to score 2. And ooh, right off of the corner, denied by the woodwork. Havelock almost got their 3rd, and with 10 seconds remaining, it is not looking good for Onslow.
Yeah, at this point, they're just going to play keep away, and one more does go in actually for Onslow. But is 3 seconds enough time to score even with a perfect kickoff? I'm not sure.
They are going to basically just have to get that goal off of the kickoff if they want to force the overtime here. We'll have to see how they decide to play it out. But all Havelock got to do is just get this small little bit of defense to go ahead and take game 1.
Ball is going to go wide. Now they can potentially score it. Keep in mind, round doesn't end until the ball touches the ground, and it does. But that was not a bad attempt there on the goal. Havelock's going to win game number 1. Taking a look here at the stat page, looks like Chalotas, like I said, looking to be a bit of an MVP, and the numbers, I guess, agree with me.
2 shots there, 1 assist. That is really big, setting up their teammate to get it. Also a save, so they're doing everything across offense and defense to allow them to take that win. We did see Onso finally coming back in that later 1 minute under point to get that 1 goal, but you know, it is a best of 5, so you can, you know, take this one to kind of feel out your opponent, but you do have to be more aggressive, you know. In order to win, you have to score goals. So as good as it is having people on defense, you need to make sure that you get some people on offense as well, so you can try to get those goals and start, you know, putting up those points for it. Because as we see, Havelock scored early, and then we're able to get that second one to get that brace right before Onso scored the 1, but they just didn't have enough time to get back into the game.
As you can see, though, Onso, they were trying to get goals. I mean, they had just as many shots on goal as Havelock, but the difference is the saves. Havelock with 5 saves, only 1 save on the side of Onslow. So maybe just need to pick better offensive options as well. Like if they are switching into offense, it can't be a shot that's easily blocked by their opposition. I would like to see maybe some more creative approaches from the sky. You know, we did actually see a few strong goal attempts, but the defense just a little bit too strong from Havelock.
They need to make sure that they have numbers. You know, it is good having someone sitting on defense, but have someone kind of sitting towards that middle when you have someone going for that cross, so that they're in a good position to, you know, get that goal. We saw some good crosses out of both teams, but onto a little bit more on the defensive side, having 2 people back in goal instead of going in. But let's go ahead and see what they do in game number 2.
Okay, Onslow want to answer back in this game here. Havelock, this is a best of 5. As you can see at the top of your screen, Havelock winning game 1, feeling pretty good right now, but an answer back from Onslow could spell all the difference. Solar Flare already kind of playing a bit differently, just running over his opponent, getting that demolition, and that might just be an opening they could possibly use to score, but no, Chalotas once again clearing the ball to the other side of the map, does not want to give his opposition an opportunity for a goal.
We're seeing demos left and right here, but some great dribbling coming out of Solar Fair before the defense out of Havelock is going to stop them. We do have a coming across goal. Ooh, great save there by BDM, but Chalotas might be in a good position trying to back up to get momentum on it. Is going to dribble a little bit over and get the first goal of the game.
What a fake out by Chalotas. Look at this. He just so patiently waits. He sees multiple defenders in front of him, waits for BDM to move forward, and then just flips the ball right over both defenders' heads. And that was smart. That was hard to read that play.
Great job. They took their time, assessed the situation, and got a great result out of it. They are going to start once again with 1-0, but Y going to go ahead and see if they can get some dribbling out there. Going to hit the crossbar. It's not going to take a lucky bounce for them. But Chalotas once again with the great dribbling, going to put it onto the side of Onslow. It looks like the team is going to try to see if they can keep it there.
Amtrak Jr. just barely missing that ball in midair. Doesn't matter though. Teammate Chalotas, is he going to go for a long aerial goal? Oh, just barely missed the last flip. Amtrak tries to put it in, but it is going to be cleared to the other side. But right now, Havelock just looking very impressive on offense. They're giving themselves a lot of chances to score, and I think that's a big part of the reason why they're ahead so far.
I think we see there's a lot of trust in Chalotas' teammates. You know, they're sitting back while he does a lot of this fancy dribbling, getting up to the side, but then having someone try and follow up on them. But here we see a counterattack from the side of Onso. Looks like they're going to get the ball into the middle, kind of where they want it to be, but a couple of missed touches is going to allow Amtrak Jr. to get it onto the side of Onso. They're going to try to set them them up. Can they get a touch for it? BDM going to do a good job to get it out and clear it onto the side of Havelock.
Oh, and this looked like a scary situation, but it's Chalotis. He's got such good car and ball control, able to push forward. Ball does get hit to the opposite side of the field, but it's been staying on Onso's side of the field for a majority of this match. Looks like Chalotis has another plan to dribble, get another aerial dribble, and he's just bouncing in kind of a very curious fashion, but it's working. Ball's on. Wow, the redirection. Chalotis is just showing off at this point.
Able to predict what the enemy was going to do, gets that bounce up, does a great job using the momentum to get that goal, and they are just freestyling at the moment.
That was so clean. I mean, you could see BDM was lined up to stop the ball on its trajectory, and then BDM just taps it ever so slightly to the side to change that trajectory in a point where he could not stop it. Very impressive stuff already on the side of Havelock. Also need to have an answer here. So far, like we said, they just really haven't had these offensive opportunities, and it's been mostly Chalotis that has been stopping them short.
A little bit of a misplay from the side of Onso there. Two cars running into each other, kind of causing the ball to stay on their side. They're going to have to figure out as a team, how can they work together. But this ball going in, great defense
This player is so talented in the air with the perfect aerial redirections multiple times. Now going to retreat and gather more boost. Looks like YV9G doing their best to keep up, but it just feels like every time the ball is in possession of Chalotis, he's just doing whatever he wants.
Taking on a 1v3 right there as his team kind of just sits back and waits to see if there's any counterattack. But once again, great job by them, but we finally see some life out of Onso trying to get the ball onto the net there, but with two on the side of Havelock in defense, they're going to be able to stop that. They're clearing it onto the side of Onso, and a great defensive effort is going to stop the game from being 3-0.
Yeah, Solar Flare guaranteeing that it does not get worse, at least for now. Solar Flare was a standout player that we watched last week against Pine Forest. So far, unable to get the level of momentum that we were coming accustomed to seeing. Another shot on goal from YV9G. He's been trying time and time again to get these in the goal. It's just not panned out just yet.
The momentum is just swinging so hard in Havelock's favor at the moment. Onso is really having a hard time clearing the ball out of their half. And just a great miss there from the side of Havelock to get that third goal. They're trying to find it. They want to, deepen this lead so there's no way for Onso to come back. And right now they're playing really well. But we do see it on their side. Chalotis once again is going to pick it up and do these great aerial dribblings. But great job by BDM. Is going to stop that attack for the moment. But it is still on their side, so they have to be careful.
Chalotis looking like he is in practice mode. You can tell he knows his way around this field, especially in the air. Goes for another one, but I don't think it's going to matter as long as this goal does not go in. That's going to be the end of game 2. Havelock going to take a 2-0 lead now, and that was almost like Chalotis is like, okay, I'm warmed up now. Let me show you what I can really do. 594 is his score. What else do you see here? This was so impressive.
Those shots on goal we are seeing we are looking at 8 shots on goal from the side of Havelock, a total offensive domination, only 4 on the side of Onso. They were really just unable to clear it out. But as you said, Chalotis doing such a great job of having that ball control, able to carry it, and then kind of predict what the enemy was going to do. Were they going to, jump or try to block him, or were they going to, try to get in front of the goal? And, he did a lot of patience, a lot of great dribbling, and then was able to get those goals.
Very impressive. And, Tux, Lunar, and Amtrak, the teammates, not quite as high of a score, but they were still setting Chalotis up for success. When there were shots on goal, they often cleared it back to the other side to give those opportunities to him. Solar Flare did have a decent game, 350 points, not so bad. BDM not far behind, 308. But they got to step it up. We saw that these players are a bit more skilled than they were able to put on display in this particular game. But I think there's more of them left to be seen.
Exactly. And it is a best of 5. This is why we have these games. They can be short for Rocket League, so we want to give them a chance to come back. Maybe they will be able to, in their, time between games, figure out a strategy, or maybe they just are taking a little more longer time to get warmed up. You never know what happens. The reverse sweep is always there. So Havelock, again, have to be on their toes, but we are going to jump into game number 3.
Back against the wall are Onslow. This is where the reverse sweep must begin. Need to see them come with some different energy into this one if they want to stay alive. You really don't want to go 0-2 in the season to start off. It's going to be an uphill climb, but look at that. Chalotis said, I don't care about what Onslow wants. I want to score this goal, and that was clean. He's furthest player up on the map. All members of Onslow, I think, maybe feeling the pressure. They were all on offense and were not in position to stop that goal.
I did want to see some of that more offensive pressure, but of course you do have to play the game, and you do have to have someone that is playing a little bit of that defense, especially against a player who is as dominant on the ball as Chalotis is. You want to make sure you have someone that's able to defend, maybe just 2 people, but again, it's just once they get that ball, once they get that first goal, they're so offensively, putting so much pressure on also in the offense. But we do see some good dribbling actually coming out of BDM here. Can he set up a possible goal for his team? But unfortunately, they are just a little too far behind.
Just feels like the ball control on a different level for Chalotis right now. But like you said, BDM doing what they can. Okay, nice shot on goal from Solar Flare, and they're finally on the board. And maybe that's the start of some momentum that they need. I mean, this was a nice, well set up goal. Solar Flare going to just take the goal wide open, as now this time it was Havelock not leaving anyone on defense.
Good touch by Solar Flare, able to get that first bounce and then lead it into the goal, and that's what I want to see. Have a couple of people more, setting up that offensive pressure, and as that as well, making sure you have someone on defense as well. It is finally tied 1-1 since this is the first goal that Onslow has seen. Maybe they can use this momentum to pick up a couple more.
Okay, 1-1. Still 4 minutes on the clock. Still early in this game 3. Solar Flare not quite having the same level of ball control as his competitors, but at least keeping it on the Havelock side of the map much more often this time around. Chalotis going for a bounce off the ceiling, but great stop from Solar Flare. He's starting to step up his game here.
Definitely. And, you want to see it, having the offensive and defensive pressure. So he's kind of playing all sides of the field at the moment. Getting up and scoring as well as denying the goal from Chalotis. But we do see Amtrak Jr. having some of that good dribbling skill as well, setting it up. Chalotis putting it right into a good position, but was the only one able to follow up. So it's going to go ahead and back off a bit. But a great bounce for them. They're going to see if they can keep it on Onso's side to find that second goal.
Okay, Chalotis trying to go for some tricky flip dribbling, but now that he's on the wrong side of the map, Solar Flare going to take advantage, and with a beautiful goal, all of a sudden Onslow has come to life.
Solar Flare doing a good job on the counterattack. Get it. This nice little touch right past Amtrak Jr. is going to allow them to get the goal, and that is second one, and they're finally up 2-1 on Havelock.
This is a battle of wills right now between Solar Flare and Chalotis. Both, like we said, did lose their week 1 matchups, and almost see an instant back-to-back goal opportunity there. But now Chalotis taking the ball to the skies. He's going to hit the flip, but it's not going to be on target. Narrowly misses to the left side. Solar Flare now trying to get possession of the ball. Another shot on goal from Lunar Moon. Amtrak trying to force it in, but he's just a little too far left, and multiple goals stopped short with just a bit of inaccuracies there.
Unlucky bounces and just not really to get it quite on frame. And then so also really getting
Chalotis ties it up with another score. Has he scored all of the goals for Havelock this series?
Look at this. This is a little bit unfortunate though. So good bounce by him, and we see some defense out of BDM, but it is going to score the own goal there. So a little bit, of a good positioning from Chalotis' side and a bit unlucky from the side of BDM is going to tie up the game.
It happens. BDM was trying their best to get that ball out, but unfortunately hits the ball just wrong. But Solar Flare somehow finds an opening right off the kickoff. There was, 5 seconds between the beginning of that? Chalotis just not in the right spot. And Solar Flare going to take advantage.
This is what I want to see. The follow-up in the good position, right when it's in front of goal for them to get that finish off when their teammate does all that work to set them up. And we're finally starting to see some life out of Onso. They've gotten scored on twice, but they're saying we're going to get it right back. Good defense from BDM this time is able to clear it out from the goal. Y is going to try their best to get it up into the air and see if they can get a second touch on it. BDM doing a good job of taking it forward, but we are going to see a little bit of a counter-attack out of Havelock that will get stopped from Solar Flare, who's just been on his game so far.
He's been on his game ever since Game 3 started and showing some resilience, and now it's BDM getting on the board as well. That was a very clean goal. Look at this. YVG puts it into the sky, and BDM with a perfectly placed corner hit there. Right side corner of his car goes in the left side of the goal. Great redirection.
Onso not wanting to go down. They said we're down 2, but we will not be taken out just yet. They're doing a good job on offense now as well as defense. They're getting the ball pushed up on the Havelock side, and right now they have a lot of momentum going forward. They have that brace, so it is 4-2. So even if they do get scored on, they still will have the lead. But right now they should just kind of look at still, trying to, widen that lead a little bit.
Okay, YV gets the ball out. Solar Flare pushes it forward. It gets pushed back. Ooh. And Chalotis answering again. You can tell by the way this car is moving that he wants to end this series right here, right now. He wants to shut down this momentum. And it just pushes that ball in at the perfect time.
That was a cheeky little chip shot right there, getting it right over the defender, knowing that they may not have enough boost to quite get it and get it perfectly settled into the net there. Again, though, Onso getting that 4th goal does have a little bit of room, though, right now, so they will have to play some good defense. A minute left. They'll probably want to try to score once more so they can have that brace just in case Havelock gets another goal. So we do see them pushing it up the field now.
If you're Onslow, you can't get too ahead of yourself. To just defend for the next 40 seconds would be enough, but with the demolition, ball was wide open, but a huge clear out of YV, and that could make all the difference here. Another attempt on goal from BDM, but the reality is as long as they can keep the ball on this half of the field, they should win this game.
30 seconds left. Both teams are trying, but we do see Onso again. They want to get that another goal. They want to show that they can score. We do see some great dribbling out here, trying to get that ceiling shot off, unable to quite get it just yet. But Solar Flare doing a good job keeping it. 10 seconds left. This is do or die for the side of Havelock. Great defense out of YV.
YV was so consequential, and they were about to get another goal there, but it did not matter. What a great bounce back from Onso. We see Solar Flare come to life. We had previously spoke on him a lot last week. He was the standout performer then as well, but we're also seeing huge step-ups from YV and BDM, the whole roster of Onslow, proving that they are not done yet.
All right, and looking at this, we see 11 shots for the side of Havelock, only against the 5 of Onso, which meaning that the effective shots, coming out of Onso, were the deciding factor in this game. But look at this also. We have the 5 saves to only 1 against Havelock, and that's kind of where the big difference was.
Confidence is important, but if you got too much confidence, you can let some goals get right past you. So maybe Havelock feeling themselves a little bit too much, not playing enough defense in that game. Will they clean it up and get back to that controlled style that we saw in games 1 and 2? Or will Onso continue to mount this comeback? I mean, if they win, if they play like they did in that last game and continue to make saves, continue to score on goal, they could force a game 5.
And that is what we want to see. We want to see the best competition out of everyone. But let's go ahead and jump into game number 4. Will Havelock be able to take the series, or will Onso force that game number 5?
Okay, 5 minutes in, right off the rip. Ball on the side of Havelock, trying to score that early goal. Can Lightning strike? No. Chalotis immediately pushing it to the other side, and a great pass.
Oh, no.
Multi-pass. Was that an own goal, I think?
It was an own goal.
Man, I mean, you can't really blame YV for putting themselves in that position. Tries to stop it desperately, but just hits the wrong part of the car and bounces in the bottom. I mean, that could have gone either way. That was so close.
It is so unlucky. I just, you want to see those defenses, but again, being able to put the ball in a position where it makes the defense of the opposing team. Before I say that, a great goal coming out of Chalotis in no time at all, just dribbling it right in there.
Chalotis said, "Have you forgot who I am?" Look at the boost control, upside down car, just tapping it ever so slightly into the goal. I mean, just caressing it and putting it in a perfect spot. That was beautiful.
They are putting an exclamation mark on this game so far, saying, you know what? We're going to get right back how we were in game number 2 and just start scoring out of nowhere. And 2-0 is a good start for game number 4.
YV had a potential setup there, but it gets stopped short. Now, ball getting pushed back and forth. Now, in scoring position for Havelock potentially. Amtrak puts it into the corner. It's going to go up to the sky. Will Chalotis with the perfect redirect intercepts it out of the sky. And let's take another look at this one. That was a beautiful goal as he goes high and just perfectly catches it. YV trying to stop it before it happens, but Chalotis too fast.
Able to read that bounce of the ball, puts himself in a perfect position to get that goal. No way that Onslow was able to stop it. We are up 3-0 in game number 4, and it really looks like Havelock just wants to close out this series.
I really do, and it's Chalotis saying that last game was a fluke. I am the master of this lobby. 3 goals already is insane. Might be looking for even more as he takes to the sky once again with the dribble redirects. Almost feels like he's playing with his food at this point.
Hat trick, you love to see it, but of course always want more. They're really doing a good job of, look how he gets across the ceiling there, that comes down, is able to direct the ball the way they want, but good defense out of Onslow this time to put him up. Solar Flare in a good position, gonna pass, but BDM unable to really get the hit on it to try to get that first goal of their game. They're trying to look for it, but right now Havelock just in such a good position.
Wow.
Is gonna go, bounces up and down. Can they get it out?
No
BDM's
way.
gonna stop it.
Are you kidding me? That had to be pixels away from counting as a goal. It was just towing the line right inside the goalpost. How does Onslow clear that? That was insane.
Such a lucky bounce, and of course if it doesn't go over that goal line, it does not count. They didn't stop. They played the defense and were able to stop the bleeding just for a little bit. They set it up, but unfortunately don't have anyone to come across the center to try to put it into the back of the net. Solar Flare trying to get it back, able to get it out, puts it over, but unable to have YB9G to finish it off. There goes Chalotis trying to get back on the ball, puts it up into a good position, but great job by Solar Flare getting the clear.
Very impressive boost control from Chalotis, just perfectly speeding up when he needed to. Okay, ball did cross in front of the goal. A little bit scary for a moment. But both these teams just really fighting over the ball in the air. Here we go. Offense coming through, but BDM, great clear to the side. Let's completely reverse the situation. But they've only got 2 minutes left. They need to score 3 and stop Havelock from scoring any more.
Really need to get on the offensive pressure, but Amtrak's going to take it. Nope, they won't be able to get the clear out. We do see them both kind of just in this little center, not really able to get, any direction one or the other, but Chalotis has, right on that ceiling going for another one of those plays, is going to get stopped, and, it might be a good shot, but just going to get blocked there from the defense. Getting it cleared over onto the side of Havelock. Can BDM get up here? Nope, Chalotis is going to go ahead and take it away. Is going to go on that one-on-one and win that demolition.
Okay, Solar Flare going for a goal. They need it right here, but man, when that gets stopped short, it feels like the walls are closing in a little bit on Onslow. Such a desperate situation right now. They're trying their best, barely missing this engagement. Solar Flare is going to finish the job, though, perfectly following up on that for their teammate, and that keeps some life in them. This is a potential comeback now.
Finally able to get into the right position. That ball sliding right between the defender and the goal post to give them that one goal, but they're going to have to find an answer here fairly quickly again to try to wind it.
Oh no. Oh my God, what a save from YB. That was massive.
Last second save. BDM might be able to find a counterattack here. Amtrak doing a good job of keeping it onto the side. Going to get it passed over to the teammate. 1 minute remaining. Onslow is going to have to find 2 goals in quick succession here to try to force the overtime.
Okay, Havelock need to keep this ball out. 50 seconds to go. It's not impossible for Onslow. They want to seal the deal right here, but no. They have learned from letting Chalotis it. When Chalotis goes to the sky, you better start protecting your goal because he is so accurate with those shots. And there he goes, still somehow finds an opening without even needing to take to the skies.
Look at that touch from the Onslow player right into where Chalotis was like, I'm predicting where you're going, and I'm going to score. Goal number 4 for them in this game number 4 with only 30 seconds. You know, it's just looking so dreary for Onslow.
That's going to steal it, I think. 30 seconds, 4 goals. I mean, both players just run into each other, and Chalotis like, okay, sure, I'll take that.
Look at that. 9 shots for them as well, and I believe that was 4 goals when I saw those stats pop up. They're just having such a great game number 4.
I mean, this has been complete domination. There's one player in this lobby that has put up the greatest stats compared to everyone else. He has just taken over this game. And even there, he stops a goal that looked like one of Onslow's better chances to score. And he's like, he probably didn't even need to stop that, but he did anyways. And that just goes to show how much talent this young man has.
Great competitor. Even as you said, even if they had gotten that goal, it wouldn't have made much of a difference. But why let them when you can stop it? Havelock going to pick up the win in game number 4 and the series 3-1 versus Onslow Early College.
Oh my goodness. 1,021, the first player to eclipse the 1,000-point mark. I don't think before this game any player had even eclipsed the 600 mark, and it was previously from Chalotis. So him really stepping up in a big way. 9 shots on goal, 4 of them going in, 4 saves on the other side, and an assist to add to it, because why not?
All-around player. Saves, demos, shots, goals, and assists, everything you'd want. Look at that. Amtrak, though, is going to pick up the lone goal. That's going to be number 5 for their team. So, of course, they're coming out 4 shots from them as well. But, you know, they're third. You don't want to, push them off. They were doing a great job on defense, setting up, making sure that they were able to be in the positions where when their team was going forward, they were kind of staying back and keeping, that defensive line held down. We look on the side of Onslow, though. We do have 3 shots coming out Solar Flare with the lone goal of the game as well for their side. Great job by them as well. They put up a lot of, plays that were very helpful, and we kind of need to see them, progress throughout the season and see how they grow as a player as well.
Have to agree. Solar Flare was not able to find the same level of success and efficacy as we saw from him in prior games. First time that we've seen him at the low end of his team. So expect him to hopefully bounce back in the next week. And that does mean Onslow is now 0-2. And that's kind of surprising to me because this team looks very good, but that just goes to show the level of talent here in Sandhills. There's a lot of phenomenal players that are not going to make it easy to get wins here. But on that note, I think that's going to do it for this match. We're going to run to a break here shortly. And then when we come back, we're going to have that Hoke County versus New Bern.
The obvious things are it's a space for students to game, but I think this space provides a lot of other learning opportunities and experiential learning opportunities for students. The career transfer pieces, whether you're in media, production, or you're doing event management, we have an opportunity to train students to get out in the community to help us lead a lot of different esports initiatives, both locally, regionally, and nationally. Tournament hosting, sponsorships within the esports community, continuing to build our competitive edge with our student recruitment. I think that UNCG's positioned itself to really be the leaders on that forefront.
Hello and welcome back to Rocket League Week 2 in Sandhills. We have just witnessed Havelock take the W over Northside Onslow. Very impressive performance from Chalotas. That player was just styling on him with the ceiling shots, just playing phenomenally throughout. But I can't wait to get into this next one. Last series was between two teams that had not won yet. This time we've got Hoke County versus New Bern, and they're both 1-0 in the season. And on top of that, Hoke County just beat Havelock in week 1, so we might see an even higher level of gameplay here.
We would love to see it, and again, as you said earlier, though, one of them will not be able to walk away undefeated into week 2, so both of them are going to be looking for that win to keep that undefeated streak going. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Hoke County versus New Bern.
All right, already love the different field here. We got a totally different vibe. We got on the side of Hoke County, Rye is not Himothy, Snoopy, and Weavy. And we got me, Weo, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that, and Voidiak. This should be a fun one.
We did jump into it. New Bern already has the lead at 1-0, so they're starting this game off very strong with that goal. But it looks like Hoke County is trying to answer as they're saying, we're going to keep it on your side, doing a really good job so far of getting it back into the side of New Bern. We see them trying to get in position here and see if they can find any way, putting it right in front of goal, but not having a teammate to follow up on it.
Unfortunate, but this ball is taking to the skies over and over again. You have to imagine one of these players will start going for some of those ceiling shot aerial dribbles on the goal. So far, going for a lot of these cross plays, bouncing it off the wall next to the goal, seeing if they could potentially have a teammate redirect it. And finally, Rye going for a flip shot. It's not going to be successful, but another one will go at it. This ball so dangerously close to the goal. And oh no, Weavy just inches from landing what was essentially a free goal.
Denied by the woodwork, but we have a great job of setting up their players. Weavy, though, is just going to miss that shot with it falling right in goal. Unfortunately, the timing was just a little bit off. Snoopy, though, trying to find that defensive play to knock it off, even though it was a little towards the goal, making sure that they are able to get it cleared out. And right now, Hoke has been, kind of more dominant on the side of New Bern despite being down the 1 goal. They're trying to find this equalizer, but haven't been able to find it quite yet.
Not quite yet. Both teams playing great defense, but oh, wow, that looked from that angle like it was almost certainly going to go in, but great defense from New Bern. They have all 3 players just kind of sitting back right on top of the goal. Will that strategy pay off? I mean, you have to think as soon as this ball clears, they should all be transitioning, maybe leave one player back just in case. And wow, another insane save. Chris over here is losing it. And I can't believe, okay, finally one of them has to go in, right? I mean, multiple great saves from New Bern, but the pressure just too strong. You keep trying and keep trying. Eventually, one of these is going to go in. Good job from Rye.
Eli can attest I have been on the edge of my seat for the last minute there, seeing that ball go in and out, but finally Hope County able to pull off that goal, equalize the game with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. But with how dominant they've been on offense, you'll have to wonder when they score again.
Okay, both teams. Wow, another attempt on goal from Snoopy goes just high. Teammate unable to follow up on it. New Bern now taking to the sky with Wojciak, going to try to do some fancy dribble mechanics into the goal. No teammates here at the time that he would have liked them to be there. We do see one teammate redirect it now. Wojciak trying to stop this ball in midair, but goes a little bit too high. Right now trying to clear the ball back to the other side.
Getting back on defense, using those flips to get back there a little bit quicker and picking up the boost. While they're at it, we do see Wojciak, though, able to pick up the ball, doing a great job of flipping.
Ooh.
Gets it set up for his teammate, but great defense coming out of Hope to get it. They're able to get it cleared onto the side of New Bern. Can they follow up with it right now? We do see them pushing the ball forward, but will they be able to find that second goal? But New Bern trying to do their best to keep it on that side. Had to get a little bit of offensive look. But once again, a great defensive stop there from the team of New Bern to stop it. But they have to get it cleared, though. You know, they're getting these good stops, but Hoke is able to follow up really well and keep that offensive pressure. So we'll have to see a clear coming out of New Bern soon.
It does feel like defense is certainly the primary concern of New Bern, and now that they did finally clear the ball to the other side, take advantage of the opportunity. So I like the process we're witnessing here from New Bern. You know, keep the ball on, or ensure the ball doesn't go into your net, and then in the few times that you get the ball on the other side, take advantage and capitalize. They did a fantastic job of that.
Great team play coming out of New Bern to get that second goal. Got them in the lead with a little bit under a minute. Ooh,
that was scary.
Yeah, a bit of a spooky play. We know Halloween's right around the corner, but, you know, keep it to a minimum here as we go into this team. But New Bern doing a good job on offense now. Great job keeping that ball. Will they be able to get it set up for a teammate, though? They want to try to get it in front of the net. But and
Weavy, the goaltender here, making sure that ball does not go in. Multiple times now they've made the saves for their squad, and Weavy wants to clear this ball back to the other side. Now it's Rye, last player to score the ball. Seems to be their most offensive player. Snoopy, they need to score. Hoke needs to score in the next 5 seconds before this ball touches the ground, but Weo gonna stop it short. I don't know if they're gonna be able to. This ball needs to touch the ground. They're still keeping it in the air, keeping this ball alive, but Weo gonna make sure that clears to the other side so it can touch the ground and win the game. Wow, impressive stuff out of New Bern.
Great job by them. They found that second goal with just under a minute left, but look at those saves on their side. 9 saves out of that just relentless offense from the side of Hoke, and able to pick up that second goal, just enough to win game number 1.
It's almost like New Bern maybe studied Hoke. Maybe they watched some of the games from the previous week and said, hey, they're super offensive. Let's just play really defensive. They had all 3 members of their team just patrolling the goal, stopping so many shots. Look at the shots on goal from Hoke County. You've got 14. That's the most that we have seen so far in the Sandhills region for Rocket League. And, I mean, Weo, player of the game, 634. He had 4 saves, 3 shots on goal. 2 of them went in. And certainly looking like the MVP early on in this series.
Great all-around play. Offense and defense. This is kind of what's been the big difference. We saw that in game number 1 as well. The player who was playing offense also playing really good defense allowed their team to get the win. But as you see, 14 shots. If Hoke is able to kind of, you know, square that up and get those goals or those shots to go in, they're going to be scoring a lot, because 14 is a lot of shots. They only got 1 to go in that time, but if they can just get a couple more, they should start finding more success.
The hard part about that is how are you going to get a shot in when there's 3 guys guarding it? I mean, it's almost like there was a car in each third of the goal. So I don't know. They're going to have to somehow cut through and find a way to sneak it past 3 players, because if New Bern continue to play such phenomenal defense, it's going to be very difficult. But I trust that Hoke will perhaps find a way to get through. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 2 and see if they can turn things around. different field. I like this. This is fun when the players decide to, switch it up a little bit. Maybe they like to see a few different ones of the field. So here we go. Rye taking the ball to the skies. The most successful scorer on the side of Hoke County with the lone goal. Let's see if he can maybe find a couple more this time around. No, ball's going to hit the top of the crossbar, but these cars are coming in hot already in game 2.
2 misses there, one on defense and one on offense. Probably feels worse on the offensive side to miss that open goal, but they're trying to get it back. Got it right in front, but it is good defense coming out of Hoke to stop that attack there. Will they be able to clear it out? They want to get back onto the side of New Bern and try to get this offense. It looks like they're getting there, and they are able to find the first goal of the game.
Weavy with his first goal of the series, getting on the board at a time when Hoke County really need it. Impressive in the top bar there as well.
Able to set it up, does force the own goal out of New Bern, but good job on them getting it into that position. They are able to find goal number 1, and we'll see if they can follow up. But here we see me trying to do their best to get a equalizer on that side of New Bern. We do have Avoy getting it cleared out though, back onto their own side. Can they find a goal? Good dribbling here to see if they can get it, but it is going to be defended by Hoke.
Okay, ball, wow. So close to going into Hoke's goal. Now being tossed back to the side of New Bern. Hoke really would like to score another one just to give themselves a little bit more breathing room in this game, but looks like Me has other ideas about it. Weavy, the nice clear back to the other side. This is going back and forth.
Ooh, good shot there from Snoopy. Is going to find that second goal for Hoke, and this is what we were talking about in between games there. There's a lot of shots coming out of Hoke, but now that they're able to start finding the back of the net, they are seeing more success. It is going to be 2-0 going into about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left.
What a nice placement for that goal as well. We saw how strong New Bern's defense is, but just putting it in that perfect corner of the goal to get past the 2 defenders on that side. Now, what does New Bern have to answer? We saw how strong their defense was. This time, it's not as strong. Can they flip to offense and level the playing field? Still have 3 minutes to work with early in this game. Ball is going to be cleared by Me. No, he does get it stopped short. Snoopy trying to force a second goal, but once again, contested.
Me putting it back into the side of Hoke County, getting it up, putting it in front of goal, but again, no one really to follow up on it. Great defense coming out of Hoke County. Is going to get it right back in. Ooh, just hits the sidebar there on the net, but a good follow-up. Again, it's going to be defended out of the side of New Bern. Again, as you said earlier, they have so many bodies in the goal, just kind of denying these Hoke County players from getting it. A great demolition is going to allow New Bern to score.
That was insane. The last second demolition to force the own goal. Yes, this was pushed backwards, and no, I don't know if he intended for it to go that way, but wow, New Bern's going to take that either way. Now they're only 1 goal behind and have plenty of time to tie this up.
All right, but they are 1 up, and with Hoke as offensively dominating as they are, this game might be able to find a third, but they do have to be a little careful, have a little bit of better team play. But an open goal here is going to even up the score 2-2 for New Bern.
Wojciak with a beautiful little flip goal here, flips it forward, hits the perfect corner of the car for the redirection. Gets that one in, and it is tied up in what looked to be Hoke's game is now anyone's game.
All right, that go signals for them to go forward, and we do see them kind of going back and forth as they always do with these kickoffs, trying to see who can get the advantage. Right now, both teams are tied up, so we'll have to see who can find that goal number 3 and get their team ahead. Hoke County, though, looking for the early goal here. Under 2 minutes left. Can they set something up? Great jump, but great defense coming out. New Bern is going to deny it.
Multiple attackers had different ways to get that ball in, but the defense, like you said, just way too strong. Nice boost, perfectly timed and spaced. But can they keep it out? Yes, wow. I would have probably tried to leap at that ball, but that player knew his angles and knew that he didn't have to because the ball was too high.
Bounces right off of the post. Unfortunately, not going to go in the direction that they wanted to get that goal. So great luck by New Bern to make sure that goal number 3 doesn't come out. It looks like they're trying to get onto the counter attack, but great job from Hope County to clear it out. We do see Wojciak trying to stop it, but they are going to have to be a little careful here, as you know, Hope County likes to put numbers up when they go out. Great job though to keep it on to the side of New Bern. Can they find the clearance? They're trying their best, but Hope County is keeping it inside their half.
Wow, I mean, at this point, this is looking like it's trending towards overtime. One of these teams would like to not go there, though, if they can score in the next minute. 45 seconds left in the game. Rye stalling the ball on the wall, seeing if he can set up a cheeky aerial attack. Wojciak, though, going to intercept it. It's been intercepted once again. This is going back and forth. Neither team really having any significant control over the ball. One good hit could potentially end this game. They need to score in the next 30 seconds, though, or else we're going to overtime.
30 seconds left. Void trying to do his best, sets it up, and it is going to be goal number 3.
Julio putting himself in the perfect spot, or Wio, I keep messing his name up, sorry about that. But perfect positioning that was set up ahead of time by Wojciak, putting it up to the sky, and Wio with a great follow-up.
22 seconds for Hoke to try and tie it up. 22 seconds for New Bern to keep the defense going. Now, can they get the goal?
Oh,
yes.
My God. That should seal it. Just 14 seconds, unless a miracle on the side of Hope County comes through. I mean, that's just going to seal it. Perfect flip, hitting the nose of the car right over the defender. And, wow, that's got to feel bad. Hope County started up 2-0. New Bern with 4 in a row.
That is exactly what they needed there. They have that advantage right now. 7 seconds counting down. It would have to be the goal now, and then one right off a kickoff for Hope to slip them back into this game. But as it touches down, that will be another win for the side of New Bern, and they're looking so good right now.
Wow, even calculated in the way they ended that round, too. You saw him just dribble it a little bit in the sky and then timed it so that the ball would touch the ground as the clock struck 0, just to prevent any funny business from happening on the side of Hope County. Taking a look across the stats here. This time it was Weavy, the standout player for Hope County, but on New Bern, it is Wojciak. 587, 5 shots on goal, and 3 saves.
Once again, it is those saves that are being the deciding factor in this game. It is only the 6 to the 4 on the side of Hope County, but that 6 is just enough to keep them underneath of it, you know, and keep them in the lead right now. 5 shots for Wojciak, 2 goals. Great job by them going into game number 2 to help them get the win.
What I'm also noticing here, on the side of New Bern, 3 assists. On the side of Hope County, 0 assists. So while Hope County did get to 2 goals, it was on the backs of one single player in each time. New Bern are playing in a way where their offense has multiple success options. If the first shot doesn't go in, there's typically a follow-up player for the next shot, and then maybe even a third player coming in for the next shot. So they're playing in it's kind of a difficult way to explain, but they're giving themselves a higher percentage chance of ultimately scoring a goal by giving them more opportunities as the play develops. And that's why they had those assists, because that's just the way they're playing their offense.
3v3, you do have 2 teammates. It doesn't have to be a solo effort. You want to make sure that you're getting those plays that are setting up your team for success. You know, assists may not look good as goals on paper, but a win is a win. And the best way to do that is to set up your teammates as well. So good job by them. You know, they're getting the saves. As you said, they're getting the assists, and they're playing as a overall much better team so far.
All right, well, will New Bern close it out in 3, or will Hope County answer back and get on the board? Let's go ahead and jump into game number 3 and find out.
Ooh, again, another switch on the stage here. We like to see it, but we do have a back out, so we might be waiting for the rest of the players to get in. It looks like we might have a disconnect here from one of the sides. So that looks like they're, you know, trying to figure out what they need to do here, make sure they're in the right stages, they're in the right maps to go for it. So we're going to wait a little bit before we get back into that game number 4. But it is do or die here for the side of Hope County. Sorry, game number 3, as it is only a best of 5. But again, you know, we've seen great offense out of Hoke, so we need to see a little bit of that better defense and a little bit of that better team play so that they're setting each other up, because we've seen that they can score, we can see that they shoot, but we have to see them kind of, you know, work together to make sure that they're playing defense as well.
I have to agree with you. I think there's a bit of a PC reset. One of these players will be getting back in the lobby here in a second, but it looks like you said, what's really interesting about New Bern is their ability to flip from that defensive play style to a hyper-aggressive. And it was when they were down by 2 in the second game, they completely flipped and went to the offensive and got 4 goals in a row. Now, granted, throughout that, they're also stopping goals. So if they can keep up the aggression and continue to throw off Hoke County, I think they're going to come out ahead. I mean, this could very well be a 3-0, but let's find out. It looks like all the players have loaded back into the lobby. Let's jump back into it. Okay, so there was a continuation here. So they kept playing. They got the players back into the lobby. That is in the rules, by the way. If the game has started and your players drop out in the middle of the game, you have to rejoin. Good rule to know. Make sure you guys are reading the rule book, so if you're playing in this league, you know exactly how to handle those situations.
All right, and we do see Hoke County up, so it looks like they were able to take advantage of that player being, you know, disconnected for that short moment to get the ball in. It looks like both teams are going at it, though, trying to get that second goal there. Oop, looks like we are going to stop a little bit here, though.
All right, so perhaps the rematch will happen after we get the lobby reset. Not sure what's going in. We're going to talk to the admins and see what the call is going to be. The rules will change. Sometimes in certain cases we will end the game, but let's let the admins handle it for now. Let's go to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the rest of that match. All right, so the admin call said that because the game started with players missing, that it's going to be a reset. So they did actually, in fact, just completely reset the lobby. I agree with that. It's kind of silly. If you start a man down, why would you continue to play it out? But in other cases, if they drop out mid-game, that's when you'd have to do the rejoin. That's how the rules are written. So, but let's go ahead and jump into the actual start of Game 3. It sounds like the players are ready. Let's hop in. Okay, here we go. Like we said, Hoke County back against the wall. Must win this game to stay alive in the series, keep their lossless record intact. Both these teams playing for a 2-0 record and to take a spot at the top of the leaderboard.
All right, we see some aggression coming out of Hoke County early. They are going to get the clearance. Oh, no, we do have a good job by New Bern keeping it on that side, trying to see if they can set up some of those plays for each other, but not quite able to link up just yet. We are early into the game, though. A little bit of miscommunication there as both team members are hitting it, but a little bit of a first shot there from the side of Hoke is going to go a little wide.
Yeah, it feels like a double offensive effort, but both stopped. And these cars just battling for the ball side by side, just driving parallel to one another. We see a nice air shot potential here. Nope, it's going to get cleared by the side of Hoke County. And I can't really predict which way this one goes. A shot on goal, and that was a surprise to me. I thought they would have been able to stop that, but Hoke finding a way through the defense of New Bern.
Looks like just not enough of the momentum there.
Wow.
From Rio to get that ball moved out. So it is going to take the deflection into the goal. So great job by Hoke County, starting off pretty strong in game number 3.
All right, off the kickoff though, Rio going to see if he can change the storyline. Hoke County looking good. Looks like Wojciak trying to clear it, but the clear is going to be stopped. And Rye looking to set up potentially his own goal opportunity. Weavy once again, and it's bouncing in the goal, but it doesn't go in. It's heartbreaking situation for Hoke, but they can still get this one in. They've got to be resilient, and oh my God, in and out multiple times. And all of a sudden the ball's being cleared, and now it's a New Bern chance on the goal.
Wow, that got me. I was on the edge of my seat there. Unlucky for the side of Hoke, just unable to get it in, but New Bern doing a good job making sure that they keep playing that defense to get it out, so they will get it cleared, trying to get it back onto the side of Hoke, but Hoke coming back once again, seeing if they can find goal number 2, but a great little flick over there is going to lead to the first goal for New Bern. Snoopy
with a great defensive effort, but it's not going to be enough as the ball kind of just rolls over his car. You see him go for it, but it looked like, no, did the other member of New Bern get in Snoopy's way there? I think that's exactly what happened, just a little bit of extra offensive pressure on the side of New Bern to make sure that goal goes in. And that's the kind of teamwork we love to see.
Once again, using that teamwork to their advantage. That has been their bread and butter throughout this series for New Bern, and has been working so far, but it doesn't matter as Hoke County is going to get a quick goal in the number 2. Look at this, just kind of setting themselves up right there. Sees that bounce from Wojciak and is just going to take it right into the back of the net.
Hops it right over the last defender on the side of New Bern. Kind of struck in an unexpected manner, taking advantage of that situation. Sometimes you just see your smallest window of opportunity, and sometimes you've only got one shot, and Rye finding another back-to-back windows of opportunity seized from Rye to take a 3-1 lead with their team having their back against the wall. Beautiful plays.
This is where I want to see Hoke County start to implement a little bit of the defense, though. We know they're really good on offense, but as we saw in game number 2, New Bern can get the answers if they so choose to find them. So Hoke County, I want to see them get a little bit on defense as well as with the offensive plays, but here they are putting 3 people once again on that offensive effort. The demolition is going to stop that attack from progressing too far. Can they get the touch on it? Good little touch into goal, but we do see Wojciak playing great defense.
Ball was going to go too high regardless, but you can see the thought process from Hoke County. We see the air dribble coming through from New Bern. Me tries to get his own shot on the goal, but now Snoop and Me trying to get this ball back to the side of New Bern. The clear is good. Weavy going to try to stop it, though. Ball still firmly on the side of Hoke County. Will it go in?
Great save by Snoopy getting into the goal to stop that from going over the line. Great job by them, and there's that defensive effort we want to see.
Okay, both teams really just pushing this ball back and forth, stop after stop. Saves, counter being racked up. We see Rye. Is that an own goal? Oh, no. I think Rye was the last person on Hoke County to touch it. And then Me with the attempted clear accidentally redirects the ball into his own goal. And Hoke County, they're going to take that all day. 4-1. They look to be alive in this series.
A goal is a goal. No matter how you get it, you will take them any day of the week. 4-1. Hoke County looking a lot better in this game number 3 on both offense and defense.
Okay. New Bern, just a minute left in this match. Need 3 just to tie it and force the overtime. Hoke County content to just keep this ball in the sky and play keep away if they can. Weavy positioning himself to get this ball out of the goal. Should they, like you suggested, at this point they might as well just play defense. As long as they can hold out New Bern, they will win this game. Wojciak going to try to create a creative approach to this goal, but it's not going to pan out the way he envisioned, and Hoke County should be able to clear this ball.
looking for that big clearance. It looks like they're still trying to get it outside of their half here. Not able to really find the momentum to get it forward too much, but a good job by Weavy there. Is going to get it, try to get the dribble onto it in the air, set it up for their teammate, but a great job on defense coming out of New Bern to get it out. They might have an open net here. Looks like Wojciak, though, missing a little bit of that boost, was trying to get some before they could get that shot off. It's going to, you know, help out Hope County in that defensive effort right now, as again, there's only about 15 seconds left. Great demolition coming out. Is going to force a 2v3 for a few seconds there, but it doesn't matter, as 10 seconds left on the clock. This looks like Hope County's to take.
Hope County will answer the charge from New Bern in this game. Ball's going to touch the ground. It's just a formality at this point. Oh, they're going to try to just buy a little bit of extra time, but I mean, maybe we do a little bit of trolling sometimes, but that's all right. Hope County going to take the W at a time they needed it most. Taking a look here at the stat page, Rye stepping up in a massive way. He kind of looked like Himothy, even though his tag says Rye is not Himothy. I don't know. That was an impressive game.
5 shots, 3 goals for Rye. Great job by them coming out. But again, we finally start seeing some of those assists on Hope County. Snoopy, 2 assists. Great job by them to be contributing to those goals, and that's kind of what really led them to the victory now, was the ability to do that. And again, look at that also. Not only 2 assists, but also 3 saves. So kind of that really, you know, playing that third wheel kind of sorts to really help out their team. But in this term, it's really good.
Yeah, Snoopy definitely playing at both sides of the field. 3 saves, 2 assists. Felt like he was just wherever the team needed him. If they needed him on defense, he was there. If he was needed on offense, he was there. Weavy, with 4 shots on goal himself, did ultimately score 1 of them, so can't leave him out. On the other side, New Bern falling more flat than we've seen them in any other round. The lowest numbers that we've seen from them, just 3 shots on goal total, 1 going in. We'd like to see them step up and see kind of the same level of gameplay they brought to games 1 and 2. Maybe that reset kind of shaking them a little bit, kind of, you know, ices them just a little bit. But they've got another chance here, and still, but it's Hope County right now. They need to win this game to force the game 5.
Hope County in the driver's seat after game number 3. You like to see them be able to bring it back. You know, they had a lot of momentum going into both games, were unable to finish them out, but comes into game number 3 saying, you know what, we're not done yet. We're going to keep forcing this to keep going. So let's jump into game number 4 and see if Hope County can even up the series, or if they Havelock will be able to take it.
All right, Hope County and New Bern in game number 4, the 4th different field that we've seen this time on the snow map here. Not quite in December yet, but kind of some early winter vibes for us. And right now, both teams fighting for mid-map control.
All right, we see Snoopy coming out saying, I didn't score last game, but I want to try to score this game. Really good attempt on goal, but unable to find the back of the net. That's good defense coming out of New Bern. They're kind of getting those saves racked up early on here to make sure that they can, you know, try to find out this series, but a lot of time left on the clock. We'll have to see what they decide to do. Ooh, a little bit of a missed touch there from Wojciak. If he had continued on that course, possibly could have found the back of the net.
I think New Bern between games 3 and 4 said, you know what, that 3-man defense is what won us games 1 and 2. Let's go back to that style. Let's stop trying to get overconfident in these engagements, and let's make sure that we can close it out. And so far, they've done a great job on defense, haven't turned it into much offense. Hello and welcome to the Week 2 recap for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in the Sandhills region. My name once again is Eli, better known as Eli the Ninja. I'm joined with Chris, aka Party Foul. How are we doing today, Chris?
I'm doing really great. I am really excited to get in today's matches for Super Smash Bros. And we had a lot of great games last week. We're going into week number 2, and I'm just really excited.
Awesome. Yeah, we've got some really talented players throughout Sandhills region. I'm really just already anxious about who's going to make it to states. I mean, I know we're early. This is only week 2, but I'm starting to see the level of talent in the field overall and just how good these players are, and it's getting me excited. I think we're going to have some really competitive matches throughout the rest of the season and going into the playoffs. And I think part of the reason that it's been so competitive is because of the amazing coaches that we have on board. We got DeBuzz for Smash, but there's all kinds of other coaches involved. Why don't we throw it to a video real quick to tell you all about it.
Pro esports coaches to train you in 4 different game titles for free. We're bringing you exclusive world-class advice from the best players in the world. Learn from pro Overwatch player Jake, known for his versatility across multiple heroes and consistent top-tier performance. Or refine your Smash Bros. Knowledge with DeBuzz, renowned for his consistent tournament success and high-profile victories. Cover strategy with 11-time Madden champion Dreeny, one of the youngest and most dominant competitors in the Madden esports scene. Need help locking down your aerials? Try Rising Star Chief Beef's course on competitive Rocket League. Whether you're a filthy casual or a seasoned tryhard, get 8 straight weeks of exclusive expert game knowledge crafted for you every Friday, with the first videos dropping October 11th. That's 32 total videos covering everything you need to know about your favorite games, from fundamentals to high-level strategy. You'll learn positioning and teamwork, defensive and offensive strategy, practice routines, game sense, communication, mental and emotional resilience, all the way down to analyzing meta and adapting to change. Everyone has something to learn and enjoy, and these courses are completely free. So what are you waiting for? Go to thenotwork.org/register to sign up and get access to these courses.
Wow, what an awesome group of individuals to teach you guys all about strategy, the mental game, every aspect of being a professional player, really. I mean, that's what we're trying to do, is help you guys. If this is your dream to be a pro player, these are the people to listen to. They've been there, they've done that. And how do you feel about the coach videos so far? Have you been learning anything from watching them as well?
I have. I think they're really great. And, we have a really good way we set them up as well. So we have, a set course that we're going to go over for the first couple of weeks, but then we're going to switch it over to you guys. We want to hear what would really help you to pass along to these coaches so you can take that next step, so you can get better, so you can climb throughout the season and make it to state. So remember, talk to your mentors. Let them know what you want to learn if you haven't seen it in the video, and send it to us so we can reach back out to them.
Exactly right. So take a look at the website, find those videos, watch them, absolutely. But we're going to watch something else now. Looks like we've got our first Super Smash Brothers match set up. It's going to be Riverside, Hoke County, and Durham School of the Arts. So just to remind you guys how this works, it's going to be 3 teams all in the same online battle arena. They're going to take turns 1v1ing each other. Whoever's not playing right now would be spectating the other match. So the home team, they get to play first. They get their matches out of the way first. But if you're that neutral team, that does mean that you get to watch the home team play before you play against them. So a little bit of push and pull here. You're going to be more warmed up for your second match if you got to play first. But if you get to play second, you maybe get a little bit more of an intel advantage. Start thinking about your counter picks. So very interesting dynamic here. But let's go ahead and jump into the first match. That's going to be Riverside versus Hoke. And as we see here, we are loading in Joker and Mario, 2 top-tier characters, in my opinion. Mario, arguably a little bit lower. We see a little bit of friendly taunt go out here as both players just showing themselves a little bit of flair to start the game.
I do respect Mario Boy sticking with that Mario there. We do see them coming out, getting a little bit of damage onto that Joker early. As you said last week, Joker wants to make sure that they get that meter set up so that they can get that mechanic going for them. And we do see some trading now going back and forth, both of them on the edge and actually doing a very good job.
Both these characters extremely fast with their neutral options, and both these players very good at choosing their neutral options as well. Mario Boy has it in his name, so you know he is a character specialist. You know that this is his bread and butter. And so far, this is very even. Neither player really having a significant edge. We do see the Arson coming online for Joker. So now he's going to do a little bit more knockback. That forward air not going to KO Mario just yet, but it looks like his time is running out.
Both of them on the edge there, about 85% for that Joker. So when the Arson came online, they were able to get a lot of damage, but it looks like he's unable to get back up. Mario doing a good job of taking that first stock.
That was a strong nair at the ledge, just to push Joker just far enough away that his recovery cannot help him return to the stage. And what I like so far from Mario Boy is he is very tricky in his approach options. He's very hard to read. He's picking fast and safe options. So even if he misses the attack, Joker is going to have a hard time punishing the miss. And also just using these platforms to his advantage, landing on them. And Joker is a pretty short character, so he's going to be, he has to commit to a jump if he's going to jump to the ledge and attack Mario.
All right, it looks like the Arson is back online now, so we'll have to see if he can able to take this stock. He will want to even it up before taking too much damage. Mario's already at 172, but there it goes, able to take the first stock off of Mario.
That back air was clean. Arson dealing a little bit of extra damage. We see the forward air spike coming out from Mario, and wow, Joker recovers from the forward air, but gets hit with the forward smash as soon as he gets back on the stage. You think you've escaped death, but it's right around the corner.
Great, taking that very quick second stock off of the Joker there from Mario. Said, you took one from me, I'm going to take one right back from you and get right back into it. So we do see them coming back out here. Only one stock left for that Joker, so has to be a little careful here, but taking a little bit of damage. Arson coming back online, so hopefully he can get the damage he needs to take a stock.
Love these approach options from Mario Boy. Even if Nero is getting the shield on the first hit, there's another hitbox coming right after. That's what makes Mario such a good character, and we see basically a full stock lead here from Mario Boy. Just needs to seal one more stock out. The Aegon going to go out for Nairo, and he's going to now be on the stage. But both players just kind of whiffing some of these punish options. Mario going to get the flood out. Tries to cape him off the stage, but pushes a few too many buttons. That's going to be an SD, but still has that 94% advantage here.
Yeah, both of them doing a very good job on the edge. Ooh. Looks like he's going to get grabbed there, taking a little bit of damage. This is what the Joker wants to do. He wants to try to get him back up there and get that meter filled up so he can get Arson back online so he can try to take this first game. But Mario Boy doing a good job, as you said, using those ledges, or sorry, those platforms to his advantage there. Looks like he's winding up, trying to get that killing blow. How will he be able to find it?
He's kind of fishing, a lot of different kill moves being thrown out, but so far Joker been able to avoid all of them. Flood comes out once again. Fireball is going to miss, but it's not going to matter. I think the Fireball scared Joker to drift a little bit too far away from the ledge so that he was unable to use that up B to get back. So even though the Fireball doesn't hit, just the pressure of it existing alone was enough to scare his opponent into a unrecoverable situation. So great first game from Mario Boy, and Joker I think was looking pretty clean, to be honest, but unfortunately Mario just a little bit too strong in that matchup.
Yeah, both of them are really back and forth. When you know, even though Mario Boy took the lead, you know, Joker was coming back, making sure they could take the stocks. Both of them seemed like they had an SD there. So